Hey everybody, welcome to Outdoor Adventures. This is Jason. Thanks for joining me. Today on this beginner backpacking video, I want to talk about, I guess we could call it fears. Sometimes irrational fears that we have while we're out solo backpacking. Some of the topics that we're going to get into today are, walking around camp, getting comfortable with your campsite so you can relax and actually go to sleep at night without being afraid of the dark. It may sound silly, but when you get out there, you're in an unfamiliar place. It's scary out there. There's no shame in admitting that. We're also going to talk about bears, bear safety, and whatever other topics come up in the video. So I'm heading back behind my house right now, and we're going to get to our campsite that I showed you in some earlier videos, and we're going to have a talk. A pep talk. So whenever you're out there alone, you don't feel scared in the woods. Now, in the entire 4 years that I've been backpacking, I think I've seen about 3 or 4 bears, and a majority of those were on the same trip. So they are out here with us. You shouldn't be afraid of them, and there's things that you can do to avoid them. And believe me, they want to avoid you at all costs. They don't want to scare you. They don't want to give you bear hugs. They want to stay as far away from you as humanly possible. The first thing that you can do while you're hiking is do what I'm doing right now. Just kind of make some noise. Talk to yourself. Don't tiptoe around the forest like you're hunting. You don't want to come across a bear and scare it. You want to make sure the bear knows that you are in the area. They have very, very sensitive ears, and they will hear you coming from a very long distance away. Now, if you do come across a bear in the woods, more than likely it's going to run away before you can even take a picture of it, before you can even get your camera out. It's going to be running away from you. One thing you have to do when you see a bear is identify if it's a grizzly bear or a black bear. If it's a black bear, you probably don't have anything to worry about. However, if it's a grizzly bear, then you might need to take some certain precautions. Okay, now I've never hiked in grizzly territory. I've just done a lot of research on bear attacks and what to do in case you're ever in that kind of situation. If I was ever hiking in grizzly territory, especially solo, I would more than likely bring one of these. This is bear attack deterrent, basically just bear spray. You don't want to keep this in your pack. You want to have this somewhere where you can easily get to it, because you're only going to have a couple seconds to react. And what you do is you take the safety off, and then what you're going to do is you're going to aim it right at the bear's face. Bear noses are so sensitive, that is basically going to hopefully deter them from attacking you. Do you need to carry bear spray with you on all your hiking trips? No. The answer is a solid no. In grizzly country, yes, I would definitely carry bear spray, especially if I was out solo hiking. Black bear are nothing like grizzly bear. They're very, very scared. If it's a grizzly bear and you're carrying bear spray and that bear spray didn't work and it's still charging you, you need to make sure you leave your pack on. Take your hands, cover your neck, and get into a ball. And you want to play dead until that thing leaves you alone. He may take some swipes at you. He may start biting you. You do not move. You do not fight back. You play dead. However, if it is a black bear, more than likely you're not going to have any problems with black bears. It's a very, 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 very extremely rare cases that you have problems with black bear. The most problems you're going to have with black bears is them coming into camp and trying to get your food. They really don't want anything to do with you. They're a lot more afraid of you than you are of them. I know it sounds silly to say that, but they are. Black bears are a lot smaller than grizzly bears. In the rare case that the bear is charging at you, if you're using trekking poles, take your trekking poles, raise them up, look big, stand by somebody, and you want to basically fight that bear gladiator style. You don't want to run away because it will increase the likelihood of a bear attack. More than likely, he's going to get within a couple feet of you, or she, and they're going to run away because they're going to be intimidated. don't eat at camp. Don't eat inside your tent. Don't spill food all over you. Hang your food bag away from camp. You know, be smart. Don't be stupid, and they're not going to bother you. And like I said, in the rare case that you do encounter a black bear and that black bear is being aggressive, take your pole out, hit that thing. You know, you want to be aggressive back. You don't want to turn and run, because that survival instinct will kick in and he or she will think you're food. So let's talk about another thing. What about bears at night? Well, let's get in the tent and we'll check it out. So let's create a scenario here right now. Let's say you're sleeping in your tent. Well, it's been a long time since I've been in a tent. It feels a little weird. I'm usually a hammock kind of guy. But let's say you're sleeping in your tent and you start to hear some cracking, some sticks breaking, some noises in the woods. This is what you should do. Hey, bear. Now, if you don't immediately hear anything run and you hear the noises stop, say it again. I'm just going to play this scenario out how you should play it. You want to stay calm, stay relaxed. There's nothing that's going to hurt you. A bear might have come into your camp, or there might be something else in your camp. It could be a chipmunk. Chipmunks sound incredibly huge when you're scared at night and you're backpacking. So here's how you should play it out, starting with the sticks. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Just call out to it. You know, act like, don't act like you're inviting it into your tent for a midnight snack, but be calm, talk to whatever it is out there. It might be a coyote. Like I said, it could be a chipmunk. I'm not sure anyone really has a protocol about this. You should probably stay in your tent. At least it's going to give you some feeling of home or safety or protection while you're out there. But again, you just want to call out to it. You know, make sure that it knows that you're here and that you're a human and you're not food. You know, you can even say, hey, bear, I'm not food. You know, make light of the situation. You know, calm yourself down in any way that you can, because it's going to be scary. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely going to be scary. Now, I've never had a bear come into camp that I know of, but I've had coyotes get pretty close to me, and I've had to, tell them to go away. And, for the most part, everything runs away, and you shouldn't have to worry about it. Now that we talked about bears, and hopefully you're a little more confident on what to do in that kind of situation, let's talk about being afraid of the dark. And it happens to the best of us. I know whenever I first start out backpacking again after a long break that, it's in the back of my mind. It's like, well, what if I get scared of the night again? The more you camp, the more you backpack, the more confidence you're going to get. So let's get out, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to recreate another scenario for you. Now let's say it's almost sunset. Maybe you have 30 minutes. You've eaten dinner, things are starting to calm down for the night. Maybe you have a nice fire going. I want you to take your headlamp, and I want you to walk 100 feet, maybe 50 feet, around your campsite, okay? Away from your tent, with your headlamp on. Hopefully it's a little dark so you can actually see the reflections on the trees and what things are going to look like. The only reason I'm not doing this at night is because obviously you wouldn't be able to see me on the camera. But you just want to walk around, take it all in, get a good feel for your surroundings. Notice any, odd things on the ground, whether they be, a tree that fell down or sticks standing up, because it's going to look scary, or it might look scary at night. And I just want you to, go around your tent 360 degrees, just walk around your campsite and get a feel for it. That will, right there, give you a huge boost of confidence. So we're just going to walk around our tent site. We'll be spending the night back here tonight. Okay, and I don't really see anything out of the ordinary. And this is what it's going to be when it gets dark. Only the crickets are going to be making noises, or whatever else is going to be out. Now, when you hang your food, hang it away from camp, okay? that way, far away, 100 feet, 150 feet, 200 feet if you can manage it. Also, please watch the How to Hang Your Food video in this beginner backpacking series. It is a very, very reliable method of hanging, the PCT style hang. Bears are not going to be able to get your food as long as you follow that video, I promise. Now, they'll still be able to smell your food, but they're not going to be able to get your food, which is the big thing. I am being attacked by black flies. Bears are really, really not going to be a threat to you depending on where you're hiking. If you're in grizzly territory, I do suggest that you bring bear spray. I really highly suggest that you bring it. I also suggest that you don't go into grizzly country alone. I would go with another person, at least at this stage of my hiking experience. I would go with another person. Make sure you walk around your campsite at night. It will definitely ease your mind about you spending the night alone in a tent or a hammock or your shelter or whatever you're using. And it will just make things more comfortable for you. You shouldn't be afraid when you go out here. You should look forward to going out here and getting that good night's rest and enjoying the peace and quiet, getting away from life for a little bit. And it should be a great experience for you. It shouldn't be scary at all. So hopefully that helped you guys just a little bit to be a little bit more confident while you're out here. First solo camping experience is going to be scary. My recommendation is to do all the stuff I said in this video, have a fire. Now, if you're still a little worried when you go out there, you know, you just have to do it. You have to get out there, and the more you do it, the more confident you will be. Another thing you could do is something I still do. I listen to audiobooks while I'm out there, and you know, just something about listening to an audiobook while you're around a campfire. What that allows you to do is allows you to focus on the story of the book, and it kind of lets everything else kind of fade into the distance. It kind of puts your mind at ease on whatever's around you or whatever's happening. And you know, I even fall asleep to it. You know, I fall asleep to audiobooks, and I think it's a great thing not only for beginner backpackers, but you know, even if you're bored at camp and you want something to do. Hopefully that helped you guys a little bit. Don't be scared while you're out here. There's nothing to be afraid of. Just follow those tips that I gave you in this video and have fun with it. Thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video. If you have any suggestions on what beginner backpacking video you'd like next, feel free to leave me a comment below. Thanks guys. Have fun out there.